It's crazy to think it's already been a year. When I started SociallyConstructed.Online, it was in February. I gotta say, doing this review, there are a lot of things that I would do differently and a lot of things that I will do differently in 2023. So in the first of this three-part series over the course of the holidays, happy holidays by the way, we're gonna be a little bit less academic. I really wanna just have a heart-to-heart with all of you if you're willing to hit that subscribe button down below. I've been told that for 2023 I need to spend more time actually, asking for things and being vulnerable in the communities that I participate in. But we'll get back to that a little bit later. The purpose of this first video is for me to reflect back on 2022 in order to talk about what exactly I would like to change. And then in the next video, hopefully link here as soon as it does happen, I just want to talk about presence. I want to be in the moment and talk about what I want out of my life design, out of the communities that I participate with, out of the people that I really hold dear to myself. And in the third video, we're going to apply this looking back and this current presence to a future. What exactly is going to change for SociallyConstructed.Online? So be sure to click down below in order to follow me on this journey and follow me into 2023. It's really hard for me to organize one of the most chaotic and also most fun years of my life. Looking back at the grand picture of things, I've always been responsible for doing marketing and customer support and being in academia for things that surround the one thing that really makes my heart sing, community. In short, I suffered from the exact same pain points that a large majority of the community industry did. Because of those pain points, I found myself thinking, I just don't have enough experience to really create any online communities of profound value. Over the past year, though, that has definitely changed. I realized that I have a perspective as a result of my time in academia and as a result of trying to build online communities in my off time, a way to deliver to the online communities a really powerful perspective. One of my favorite quotes is that there are a finite amount of topics to talk about, but there are an infinite number of perspectives. Coming to the online community industry has been a huge part of me recognizing that my voice is indeed unique, that it does resound with some people. So in this video, I want to cover four main things over the course of the past year. What was the plan for this year? And how close did I get to that? What were the extra things, the discoveries that came out? And lastly, I kind of want to talk about my mistakes, which will lead into a motion of presence in video 2, and then a resolution of sorts for what 2023 is going to look like for you, for me, for the wider community, and for SociallyConstructed.Online. During the holidays of last year, this day, a year ago, I was very unhappy with my life. I was working in a digital marketing and community role for an elopement company. They had this incredible community support representative who should have just been doing community for them. I found a mentorship role in helping her learn how to build in this industry, and yet at the same time, I asked a company to hire someone else into a community role they would not grace for me. So I told myself that starting in January, I was going to take a month, just a sabbatical, to ask myself what was I going to do. I quit my job right after the holidays, and I told them my plan is to create one of three buckets. The first one was for me to go find another role, but have it fully virtual so that I can travel. I wanted to spend some time on the road, and the easiest way to do that was to find a comfortable, high-paying job that allowed me to do it, regardless of whether or not I liked the job. Bucket number 2 was going to be going back into academia. We all know, if you've been following me on the channel, that academia is truly my passion, and I love the social science of how people gather and build cultures in virtual worlds. But it just didn't feel right for me to enter into a highly traditional engine where online community would take a few more years years for it to really build out, which leads me to bucket 3, this, SociallyConstructed.Online, starting an online community consultancy that focused on social science. What I didn't know about this year was that I would strike a chord, that I would find myself traveling all over the nation, to Raleigh, North Carolina, to Redwood, California, St. Louis, Missouri. I found incredible adventure and an intense sense of belonging and community that allowed me to enjoy all 3 buckets. How did I do that? What occurred there? The structure of Socially Constructed, starting from the beginning all the way to the end, was supposed to be about producing products, services, things that would be helpful to all of you. I wrote an entire workbook, which took 3 months for me to produce. And I spent time actually joining and participating actively in the online communities that I had been for so long just a satellite member of. Far be it from me to realize that I had people who wanted to listen, and not just listen, but people who were avid about my perspective, people who wanted this concept of the social science of online community, and that felt absolutely incredible to me. But the one thing that I felt was missing from my entire decade building online communities for other people was an iterative, co-creative experience where other community managers could provide their insights to me. They could mentor me and help me build iteratively. That's what I wanted most, and I am happy to say that's what I went for. I spoke at CMX, I spoke at All Things Open, and at Measure Summit, which were all on my bucket list for things that I wanted to do throughout my career. This YouTube channel has also seen a tremendous amount of success. You've all spent time learning with me as I built and worked on books. And the one thing I have to say I am most grateful for is the learnings that I built as a result of the Information Diet book club. Being able to hear other people's takeaways as we read the book together, put out a review for that author and for the community who may struggle with reading but still needs the delivery of that information. And most importantly, I found an online community of incredible friends. So now I think it's time that we talk about failures. I truly believe that it's important for you to recognize and name failures as failures. If you try and candy coat it, you're not going to get as much from it as you otherwise would. I thought really long and hard about taking the same approach that I normally do on this YouTube channel, doing a whole bunch of research, putting together a bunch of graphs. I mean, I prize myself on my ability to do metrics for online community health, but one of the things that I did this year was making sure that I kept my life design and my business design as I wanted it to be. Is this a job that I really want to be involved in? Being a community consultant, a e-course professional, a mentor, someone capable of teaching the social science of online community. So I explicitly chose not to measure my online community or my experiences for 9 months. Instead, what I chose to measure was my own productivity. Did my heart sing naturally? Was I able to keep myself on task and select the tasks that would get me, as my mentor says, signing the back of the check as soon as possible? Because in order for this online community to be sustainable, despite the amount of stuff that I wanted to give to everyone, I needed to make sure it was profitable and it paid the bills. Did that happen? The reason this is in the failure section is because I lost the thread a little bit. I started focusing so much on Socially Constructed as a brand, being highly reliant on my personal brand, that I only wrote 1 workbook this year out of 4 entire workbooks. I failed to build the online cohort courses that I thought would be the linchpin and backbone of my online community. Another failing that I had was focusing primarily on my authority in the space. That did not necessarily need to happen by being active in a whole bunch of communities. I could have just as easily focused on the online community that I was responsible for developing and created that community by focusing on those products. PDFs, those workbooks, those courses. This is not to say that I did not love and enjoy all of the amazing events and opportunities to travel. Again, that was a mainstay part of my life design. I've met incredible people that I'm pretty sure, fairly sure, will be lifelong friends. The things that I have done, the successes that I've performed, were not a part of the plan. As a result, I lost several parts of my plan, but I don't think that looking back on those failures, I can necessarily say they were, quote, bad things. My finances are not doing well in any way, shape, or form, but I knew that. Leaving my prior job and choosing to move forward into this for the first year, I was absolutely certain that that is exactly what was going to happen. So with that, and in the spirit of the end of November, when this is being recorded, I just want to say the experiences that I've had over the course of the past year have been overwhelmingly successful. I'm incredibly proud of where Socially Constructed has come in what was effectively just 9 months. We have a really successful YouTube channel, and although we do have a small Discord, we have what is certainly a mighty one. The involvement that I've had in other online communities has been welcomed with open arms, and the friendships that I've gained are probably the best ROI this company is going to have, because in the coming year there will be more tasks, bigger tasks, greater expectations, and I'm really hoping that all of you are willing to come along with me for that. So the easiest way to come along with me is to subscribe to the YouTube channel down below and join the online Discord community. If you would like to see that next video, here is part 2 as soon as it publishes, and then here is part 3 as soon as it publishes. And I just want to say thank you so much. Happy holidays. Enjoy December. And I am going to go start my quote-unquote Slack week now.